All praises, honor, and glory be to the Most High God Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Shalom family, this your brother Prince Malachi, sons of Jacob Tulsa. We back with a quick exhortation. And the topic I want to touch on is take back your mind, right? Take back your mind. I'm going to start with the book of Job, chapter 34 and verse 3. For the ear trieth words, as the mouth tasteth meat. So the same way your the same way your mouth is designed to where you can eat food and you can discern and distinguish flavors like sweet, sour, salty, or you can taste whether this tastes fresh or it tastes spoiled. You see what I'm saying? The same way your tongue can discern things of that nature, your ear is built the same way when it comes to words. You can hear words, you can discern whether the sound. If you in the scriptures, you should be able to discern wisely, right? You can discern whether something you just heard was good, whether it was bad, was it evil, was it wise, is it expedient, is it destructive? See what I'm saying? Is this good for me to listen to? You should be able to discern these things. Oh my God. Verse 4. Let us choose to us judgment. Let us know among ourselves what is good. So you gotta take the initiative. You gotta be diligent to make sure the things you're thinking about are good, whether they're good for you to be meditating upon, because your thoughts influence your life. Your thoughts influence your actions. All right, let's get that in the book of Proverbs. No. Chapter 4, verse 23. Your thoughts influence your life. The book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 23. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. So when it's speaking about your heart, if you ain't been around that long, when the scriptures speak about your heart, it's talking about your mind. It's not talking about the organ in your chest that pumps blood. It's talking about your mind. It says, keep thy heart with all diligence, meaning protect, watch, guard your mind with all effort. Why? Because out of it are the issues of life. This is where your problems of life stem from. Your thoughts, brother. This is where your problems begin, right? Hamashiach taught the same thing. He said, out of the heart come murders, adulteries, covetousness, so on and so forth. It says, okay, so the point being, you got to be diligent about what's going in and what's coming into your mind. You something like a watchman in a tower, right? The Lord gave you this. Let me get that. He'll put some understanding on that. You kind of something like a watchman on a tower guarding a city. You see something coming that ain't supposed to be coming. You got to sound the alarm now. That's a problem. We need to do something about that. Right, if y'all can understand the similitude. This scripture gonna help give it more understanding. Come on, man. It's crazy. There we go. The book of Proverbs, chapter 25 and verse 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. A city that's broken down and without walls is vulnerable for attack. Right? The walls of a city were one of its main defenses against an invasion, against the enemy invasion. That's what so when you, what can I say? When you're not ruling your spirit, when you're not protecting your spirit and guarding it and being diligent over it, the scripture compares you to a city that is broken down and without walls. Now you're defenseless. Now you're defenseless against, the attacks of the enemy. You gotta be diligent over your spirit, man. Stop consuming madness on social media all day. It's unhealthy for you, right? Be more diligent than that. You don't watch 50 reels. You done got about 3 laughs out of it. You know what I'm saying? 2 of the videos was slightly entertaining, and the rest of it was just folly that you putting in your mind. The rest of it was just foolishness. And you don't even perceive that they sending you these algorithms. They're controlling your mind. They influencing your thoughts. You got to be aware of this. They show you something funny, then they show you something entertaining, because they know these things is what you like. Then they throw something lustful on there. They throw something weird and strange on there. They throw something about murder on there. They throw something about gay on there. And then you get something funny again. They keep you hooked. They know what you like, but they got to give you some, they got to influence your thoughts a little bit. You know what I'm saying? These apps are designed to keep your attention for a very long time. So they done implemented all their best science into doing so. That's where the money is for them. You got to be aware, man. But I'm not going to leave y'all without imparting the tools and techniques. You heard me? Let me give y'all this, man. Let's start with the classic. The book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. So it tells you, notice the correlation the Lord made between meditating in the law day and night and you observing to do all that is written therein. Because why? If you meditate on it, if you give attention to it, right, intentionally, then this going to influence your thoughts. And what that's going to do, influence your actions. So that's why we commanded to meditate on the law day and night, because this is what your thoughts need to be surrounded around. You have the Lord should be sanctified, holy in your mind. You shouldn't have nothing above the Most High in your mind. Your mind should be stayed upon the Lord all day. The things that pertain to godliness, righteousness, loving your neighbor, the ministry, serving the Most High. These are all of the things you should think about. You shouldn't think about anything more than those topics, right? So meditation. You got to be in the scriptures. You got to be feeding yourself with the scriptures. More than you feeding yourself with this madness and folly, man. Because this stuff can take over your mind. But you got to think. It's just like a field. Let's liken your mind unto a field. If you sitting there planting it with foolishness and madness and nonsense all day, that's what's gonna grow. You haven't been watering the righteousness. Now that's dying down, and the foolishness is growing up. Brother, you gotta water the righteousness. You gotta water the spirit. You gotta water the things that pertain to godliness so they can grow. Come on, man. We're not dealing with the theme right now. The book of Galatians, man. Verse 16. The book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So when you doing these things, when you meditating on the law, when you digging deep into prophecies, when you studying, when you fasting, when you reading and praying, when you out on the highways and byways, when you doing alms, when you helping your neighbor, when you know what I'm saying? When you doing these things, the scriptures say you're not going to fulfill the lust of the flesh. When you walking in the spirit, you're not going to fulfill the lust of the flesh. Right? So the more of these things you do, the less likely you are to, you know what I'm saying, go off, to turn aside, to trick the bag off, because you occupied in spiritual things. You walking in the spirit, and the scriptures say, if you walk in the spirit, you will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. So that's another tool. Stay busy. Idleness is bad for you. Idleness is bad for you, especially excess idleness. Your mind get to wondering. One thing led to another. Foolishness is going on. Stop being idle. You see what I'm saying? I think it's Romans 12. Romans 12. Romans 12, man. That's why here, y'all bear with me. The book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 21. Be not overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. So, if all you doing during your day is nourishing foolishness, carnality, things of the world, chasing money, chasing women, if this is all your thoughts are centered around, then you see what I'm saying? You're going to be overcome with evil. That's what I'm trying to get at, right? But if you sow into the things of the spirit all day, if you consuming things that tend to righteousness, if you watering things that pertain to the spirit, if you giving your mind to those things, your time, energy, focus, and attention to those things, right? Then you're going to grow and you're going to walk in the spirit. And you're going to be you're going to overcome evil with good. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't want to be overcome with evil, man. Overcome evil with good, man. So be mindful over what you're consuming. Take back your mind. Overcome evil with good. And water the things that pertain to the spirit. Let those things grow up and bear fruit and be plentiful and bountiful. Cut off all of those wicked things, man. But definitely reduce your intake. Be more diligent over your spirit, man. Because if you let evil overtake you, you're gonna be damn cooked. It's not gonna look good for you, man. All of these wicked, foolish action, thoughts and things that you're consuming is gonna start seeping into your actions. You're gonna be out here acting a damn fool before the Most High. So keep yourself in order, man. That's all I got. I'm gonna end off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, Shalom, family.